Hello, Gemini. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lola. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to do your June reading. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more complete picture of what June has in store for you. So let's go ahead and get started, Gemini. I am going to begin by pulling a moon manifestation card. This is really for us to see how the universe would like for us to set our intentions for the month, for the reading, see what we have for Gemini. So I hope you've all been doing well. I've been a little under the weather fighting COVID all month, so I apologize for if I might sound still a little congested or whatever it may be. So it was a rough go, but happy to be back and happy to be turning the corner and getting these June readings out. So let's see what we have for you, Gemini. What do we want the universe to bring forward for Gemini today? For June. Okay, we have the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Now, I think there was someone else who got the card. I think this might have been Pisces. So maybe you have a Pisces you need to let behind, or maybe if you have Pisces in your chart, this is even more of a stronger message for you. Again, this is the last quarter moon in Capricorn, so there may be a Capricorn area as well, but definitely something for you to think about, Gemini. You need to leave the past behind. And so the universe is telling you that for the month of June, you need to focus on what are the things you need to let go. What are the things that no longer serve you? This could be situations, people, different energies maybe that you've been holding on to, certain social media accounts, all sorts of things come through. But the universe is telling you really for the whole month of June, you need to be focusing on what are those things that we need to let go? What are the things that we need to forgive, release, and leave the past behind so that we can move forward in a positive path. So let's see what other messages want to come forward for you, but definitely something for you to think about as you sit into your meditations, your prayer, the time that you're connecting with the universe, is asking them what are those things you need to let go, and what are the parts of the past that you need to really leave behind so that you can move forward. So let's see what tarot messages want to come forward for you, Gemini. So what tarot messages do we have for Gemini for the month of June? Let's see what we have for you. Okay, we have the Magician, the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. So lots of pentacle energy here. So definitely could be something in a financial situation for you that you need to leave behind. So if you had something maybe in your world that you had this idea of financial bliss, or what you thought financial bliss and comfort looked for you, that might be something you need to let go behind, because there's greater financial bliss ahead of you, because this is really amazing energy. It's not expecting this. This is a fantastic energy coming forward for you, Gemini, for the month of June. So I really like to read the tarot messages that come through as a beginning, a middle, and an end of the month. So just starting this month off right away with the Magician is an incredible way to start, because this is one of the master manifest cards of the deck, and meaning that the Magician is starting, you have the Fool, and is starting the adventure of the Fool's journey through the major arcana. And so the Magician is that second card. It's like the Fool and then the Magician. So the Fool gets everything they need. They go on this, they get to begin this incredible path through the major arcana. And the Magician is that first step. And what the universe does is the universe brings everything you need. So the Magician has everything they need. They have the Pentacles, they have the Cups, they have the Swords, they have the Wands, they have everything they need to manifest their wildest dreams. And so June, the beginning of June, the universe could be bringing these little sparkles of magic to you. And I want you to just make sure that you pay attention to the little things that are bringing you joy, but first you need to really make sure that you're leaving the past behind and you're letting those things go so that you can see them. But Gemini, this is really the universe, and what's coming to me is that you really need to see what are the things that spark joy. The Magician can really bring forward a new vision for you, a new way of looking at your life and the things that make you happy and bring you joy. And really just make sure to take a mental note, or even write it down itself. You're like, God, you know what? It could be so simple. I'm just like throwing things out there. Like maybe there's a flavor of ice cream you've never had before, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the best ice cream flavor I've ever had in my life. I have to make note of this so I can come back whenever I have a craving. This is the one I need to have. So it's things like that throughout your whole life. Like maybe you've always, maybe it's a new certain exercise that you've been doing, or you try out and you're like, God, I really feel great about this. Or you're starting to meditate for the first time even, or you're doing it more. Like you've always meditated but just for like 2-3 minutes, and now you're doing it for like 5-10 minutes every day. And you're just really realizing that that's helping you in a significant way. And so this is what the universe is saying, is that there's these sparks of joy that are going to come to you and that the universe is going to bring forward. And you need to recognize them and really take stock on what those things are so you can continue to carry it through the entire month, through the entire year. So amazing energy that's coming forward for you in that. And then as we get into the middle of the month and we get into this 3 of Pentacles, this is really this time for you that you are getting into some projects and some aspects of your career that you're really starting to enjoy. And maybe that's where the energy shift that you're doing. I'm seeing a lot of energy shifting happening in June. And maybe it's because it's like we're hitting this half point of the year, of the calendar year. But, and as you start to leave these past behinds, and maybe these things that used to bother you, you would be angry or upset, you're learning to just let them go now. They're rolling off your shoulder easier, which is definitely the way to go for you, Gemini, because you can see the universe is trying to bring some magic forward for you. And they're also letting you know that this is going to be fun. Like I have not seen anyone get this card in a while. So this 3 of Pentacles is this incredible, wonderful energy of a place where you are finding what are the aspects of your career that make you happy? What are the things that you love and enjoy and that you want to pursue and continue to move forward? I think sometimes that is one of the hardest things, is to really figure out what you're good at. And there are parts of my day-to-day work and job that I'm like, I don't love this, but I'm freaking good at it. So how can I really start to then make this a joyful place for me? And so that what are the things that I can do that I will like it? Like, how can it then create meaning for me? And I think that's what this is saying. So like in the middle of June, especially in those of you that are in a career and kind of no matter what it is, you could be, working at a coffee shop and you're really starting to find like, God, I really love interacting with customers. I enjoy the time that I spend with my coworkers, and yeah, my feet hurt at the end of the day, but I'm actually like really enjoying it. June could just be a month where you're like, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to have a month where you're like, I actually like my job right now. I actually enjoy what I'm doing. This is actually fun for me. And so I think that that's what this is happening, and an incredible, wonderful energy for you, because then it could really start to pay off for you financially in the way that you start to pursue and look at those things. And anytime you start to kind of enjoy what you're doing, our performance picks up, right? And the things that we do, because we're enjoying them, I think people will start to notice. And as you get into then towards the end of the month and move into the 8 of Pentacles, this is that hard work, those focused efforts playing out. You're laying the groundwork for you to really start to thrive and pursue and grow the things, your expertise. So what I love about this 8 of Pentacles and the artwork for this particular deck of tarot is that there are all these other butterflies around here. There's 7 other butterflies that are here, and that you're good at these 7 things, like all these other 7 things, but this is where you're an expert. This is where you thrive. This is where this is where you have your area of expertise. And so you're starting to really give it more attention, and it's starting to grow. So you can see how big this area of focus, this butterfly is. So for you, Gemini, I think that that's really, it's going to pay off for you in an incredible way. And we could see even more of that getting into July, of where you're like, okay, I'm seeing the sparks. Let me start to focus in those things that I'm like enjoying, I really like. And now you're speaking up about it. Now you're saying like, hey, that project or that conversation we had, or someone's getting that, like, I want to be a part of that. How do I step into that? Or I want to have more exposure in this area. You're really getting brave and asking for those things because you're starting to see, you're like, I'm good at this and I'm going to make sure that I get more of it so I can show it and start to enjoy what I'm doing. And you're really starting to see that. And then you get in, you're like, okay, yes, now I'm going to focus and I'm going to make this grow. So these seeds that I'm planting, these areas that I know, I'm starting to recognize, getting the recognition that you know you deserve, and thriving in that area. And so that's where I'm really seeing then towards the end of this month, where you're focusing on your expertise. And that's what I would just say for you is like, leave these things behind. Let's focus on what you're good at. So you're starting to see those things. And I think, Gemini, for you in the month of June, if you can really take the time to identify those skills and gifts that you have that you are good at. It could be even the gift of cooking, or the gift of tarot reading, a gift of any type of skill or talent that you may have, and you're starting to say, I'm going to focus on this. This brings me joy. I'm going to really start thriving on this. So it could be a hobby. I'm kind of getting into like your day-to-day work of a career. But now it's coming to me that for some of you, it could also be a hobby that you've always kind of had on the side, but now you're starting to see, like, this brings me joy and I'm freaking good at it and I love it, and I'm going to put more time and focus into that. That's kind of what's happening to me. It's just happened to me as I started this channel just, not that long ago, is that this brings me joy. I love connecting to the universe. I love bringing my intuition and gifts forward for other people. And this brings me joy. And yeah, it's not like not paying the bills or anything yet, but it makes me happy, and it creates this balance throughout my life from my day-to-day kind of regular job and work and things that I have in the home. And this brings me joy. And so that could be something for you as well. It could be something very specific. Like I said, it's a talent in your actual day-to-day career job, but it could also then you identifying a talent that you have that you're starting to grow and focus on, and it's going to pay off for you in many, many ways. So whether it is actual monetarily, financially paying off for you in that way, or it starts to pay off for you just in your overall energy shift that you're starting to see that comes forward for you. So incredible energy there for you, Gemini. So June looks like another, for many people, this just energy shift that's happening. So let's see what the angels would like to bring forward for you. So what angel message do we have for Gemini for the month of June? What is Gemini's angel message for June? Okay, we have experiencing grace. Share the gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Definitely just growing on all the other things that we've been talking about, all these other messages that are here for you, Gemini, looking for those sparks of joy and sharing those gifts and starting to focus and seeing like what are the things that you're good at and focusing on them. And you will just start to see all of that growth, and everything, where you are will come to get noticed, and that waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. I would definitely focus on that exact phrase right there from beginning to end, that waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. You are real, and just pinpoint on that and be like, I am good at this. I'm going to see where it goes. I'm going to focus my time and energy here. I'm going to let people know, like, this is what I love to do. I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. Everyone needs to be aware. I'm good at this. I want to do this. This is where my love and passions are. I'm going to start to see where this leads me in the universe. So definitely sharing your gifts with grace. It's coming through loud and clear for you, Gemini. So let's see what your spirit animal is for June. So Gemini, what is Gemini's spirit animal for June? What do we have? Spirit animal for Gemini. Okay. Your spirit animal is the cow. Miracles are endless for sure, Gemini. I think that this is, again, right here for you. Think about this throughout the month of June. When you let go of these things that no longer serve you, you will be amazed. Whether it's people, situations, aspects, monetary, like if they're even like physical items, you're like, I don't need this anymore. I need to clear the space. Open up the doors of energy for the universe to bring things forward for you. Miracles are endless. So Amazing message there for you, Gemini. What an amazing reading. Okay, let's just finish up here with a couple of Angel Answer Oracle cards. This is for those of you who've brought a specific question or situation to the reading today. We can see if the angels want to bring some answers forward for you. So sometimes this is to the reading, and sometimes this is just for the question that you have brought here today. So, all right, what do we have for Gemini? We have wait, okay, and trust. Okay, so for those of you, there's your message. If whatever question or situation you were asking for the universe from whatever that may have been that you were asking about, the universe is telling you to wait and trust. And the reason why is like, just wait on the answer. They're bringing it forward. It's just, not right now at this time. And trust that the universe has divine timing in place for you. So amazing things in store for you, Gemini. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to see you again, and I hope you have a great month.